Well, going on 6 months later, and the race for North Carolina Supreme Court remains the only uncertified race in the entire country. And despite multiple recounts confirming Allison Riggs' narrow 734 vote win over Jefferson Griffin, Griffin's ongoing legal challenges now focusing on a smaller pool of military voters.
I won that election because of you.
Justice Allison Riggs speaking at the Lee County Democratic Convention today in Sanford, both thanking supporters and acknowledging she still has a fight ahead to maintain her narrow win over Republican Jefferson Griffin and make sure every vote counts.
My perspective, it doesn't matter if it's one voter, 6,000 voters, or 68,000 voters. Every vote cast by an eligible voter should be counted, and I will not give one single inch.
Riggs scored a partial win when the Supreme Court ruled the bulk of voters challenged by Griffin who showed their IDs would have their votes count. But a smaller number of military and overseas voters are now still being called into question.
He is targeting military and overseas voters and their families.
But now they could have their own right to vote stripped away.
New ads running calling out the Griffin campaign's tactics, arguing military voters were exempt from the ID law, and federal laws have made it easier for those serving our country to cast their ballots back home.
It's of utmost importance that as we move forward, that we make it as easy as possible for our service members who are serving overseas to have their voices heard, to participate in the election process that they are wearing the uniform to defend.
It's a message echoed by former Republican Governor Pat McCrory, who admits he actually voted for Griffin himself.
I wanted the Republican judge to win because his philosophy more aligns with me. But in order to take the seat, you've got to earn the seat and win the seat. And in this case, he was defeated.
McCrory says, as someone no stranger to a narrow election loss, this would set a dangerous precedent.
You abide by the rules before the election. It's like changing a penalty call after the Super Bowl is over. You don't do that. And the military personnel, I think, are special. And that's why an exception was made for ID. We trusted the military to do what's right. And they voted based upon the rules set.
But other Republicans, including Griffin, still showing no signs of backing down. The NCGOP telling ABC 11 today, quote, "It's no surprise far-left Democrats are once again lying to North Carolinians and covering up for the partisan State Board of Elections' failure to follow state law. The people of our state put voter ID in the state constitution, and that's the issue at play here. Judge Griffin himself served in a uniform a week before Election Day. There is no one who takes the oath more seriously." Now, this is still not the end of the road. Despite that narrowed pool of voters, Riggs still vowing to count every single vote. This case could still head back to federal court. In Raleigh, Tom George, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.